Morning everyone, this is Dr. Shanchare Sharkar presenting before you efficiency of intravitreal ranibizumab in retinal vein occlusion, monthly versus PRN versus TNE protocol. Retinal vein occlusion is the second most common form of retinal vascular disease, which leads to vision loss owing to macular edema and ischemia. Nowadays, intravitreal anti-VEGFs have been the first-line treatment option for improving visual outcomes in RVO. In our study, we tried to study the efficiency of intravitreal ranibizumab in treatment of RVO via these three different protocols and to compare the visual gain among patients of RVO post-IVR treatment and also to determine the extent of resolution of edema and assess the economic burden among the patients in terms of average number of injections received. It was a randomized prospective cohort study which was conducted between patients of more than 18 years of age with visual impairment due to macular edema secondary to RVO. Routine ophthalmological examination was done along with a SD-OCT analysis to determine the disease activity in terms of macular edema at each and every visit. The patients were divided into three groups, A, B, and C, which were treated according to monthly PRN and TNE protocol respectively. In Group A, injection were given monthly irrespective of disease activity till 6 months. In Group B, after first initial 3 monthly doses, further doses were given only upon fulfilling the retreatment criteria. And in Group C, after first dose, the follow-up period was extended by 2 weeks at each visit, and next dose were given only upon fulfilling the retreatment criteria. The criteria we followed was an increase in CMT of more than 100 micrometer, any appearance of new SRF or IRF, and a decline in visual acuity of more than 1 line. 81 eyes of 81 patients were studied with an average age of 58.61 years, and there was no significant gender disproportion noted. The mean decrease in CMT was almost was statistically significant in all the three groups, with highest being in the monthly group 236 micrometer, followed by the TNE and then PRN. The improvement in BCVA was almost similar in both the groups, monthly and TNE, around 5 lines, and it was around 3 lines in PRN. And lastly, about the average number of injections received, it was highest in monthly, about 6, followed, and it was lowest in TNE, about 2.89. It is the OCT representations of three groups from three patients from three respective groups, showing the improvement in BCVA as well as resolution of edema compared to baseline. According to our previous study showed, there was no significant difference noted between the CMT or visual acuity between month 7 and month 15. But in our study, we noted significant differences in both the parameters, and it was higher in monthly than PRN or TNE. And in during Horizon trial, the patients who had been in Bravo study received an average of 2.8 injections, and while those from Cruise study received a mean of 3.8 injections. But in our study, the monthly protocol received 6 injections, while the TNE received 2.89 injections. Therefore, we studied to tried to study the response to various treatment regimes, differing in frequency of administration of IVR, and tried to maximize the treatment benefit and minimize the economic burden among the patients. A small sample size and short duration of follow-up were some of our limitations. To sum up, monthly regimen proved to be the most showing maximum reduction and improvement in VCVA, but looking at our socio-economic picture of our country, TNE can be a favorable option, requiring the least amount of injections, but almost similar visual outcome as monthly. Thank you, sir.
I have a question.
Yes, sir.
All RVO were all CRVO, or they were you included BRVO also? Number one. And number two, what data you shown are at the same follow-up or different follow-up?
Sir, we have included both BRVO and CRVO. And we, for this study, we have taken only RVO as a criteria. We have not tried to differentiate our results as like in the light of BRVO or CRVO. We have taken RVO as a whole. So we have both BRVO and CRVO. A maximum percentage were definitely BRVOs.
But you have not used that variable for any analysis, right?
No, sir. In this study,
because
we have
mechanism for both the things are different. No?
Yes, sir. We have planned to do a next project on that aspect, but here we have taken RVO as a whole.
Yeah, I have a question.
Yes,
see, you can't compare both CRVO and both BRVO in the same way because the totally the pathogenesis and all the things totally different. That is one thing. So ideally, you should differentiate between the group BRVO and group CRVO. That is one thing. Second thing, another thing is that what you mentioned that the number of injection and there are so many studies out there where they have used one injection after that PRN, one injection after that PRN. Or most of the studies they have concluded that the number of injection is much less and with a equivalent result. Okay, so I think you should suppose you taking care of the versus mentioning the economic part. I think this subgroup also you should include.
Okay, sir.
And
Sure,
another
So
thing
that
is
variable has to be considered.
and it's a long disease. It's not a very short field. Okay, you should.
Okay, anyway, thank you, Dr. Sanchari.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.